And then what's been so I always love like the buyer vendor
You know this
interaction.
world, man. You got the beverage background.
Well, so like I joke about it because I've been on both sides, right? Like I've been selling into doors,
right?
And then I've had doors that I have people selling to me.
Right. Oh yeah, that's true.
And so I've always had this mentality of like, and it's probably to a fault with like my brands of like, I want them to be, like, I want to be getting phone calls saying, hey, we want you in, right? Because I know how much of a pain in the ass it is getting 10 samples a day and like, just like leave me alone, you know?
Yeah, totally.
So I'm just curious how that vendor interaction has been now, especially since this whole investment round.
Yeah.
Like, or how many people are banging down your doors to get your product?
It's just totally flipped.
Yeah,
it's
right.
funny how the paradigm just totally flipped. Yeah, I mean, it's funny looking back. You know, now I hired a VP of sales, and then he hired a guy underneath him. So now this like junior guy is going to take these meetings, and I would like fly across the country. I'd like have the best sales pitch. Right? I would get them. I'll tell you about them. I would get them, and I was like, oh, they're going to give me one SKU in the back corner, but hey, we got it. This kid goes to the meeting. He's great. This guy Russell, he's killing it. But like he comes back, he's like, yeah, they added 9 SKUs. I'm like, how did you pull that up? You know, there's a lot of momentum. There's a lot going on. No, but my whole theory was, and this was with investors and retailers, which is very similar in terms of strategy, was like, I've always been a huge relationship person. And so like, even when I was selling tickets to the Diamondbacks, or like when I went to my professor's, door to get into the program, like meeting people one-on-one, like, especially nowadays where you can do everything on here. Like I would send a note and I'd say, hey, just need 15 minutes of your time. I'll fly, just give me a 15-minute gap. I'll fly across the country. I just want to show you what's going on here. Like, this is pretty exciting stuff. And with Scott Emerson being involved, it gave me a little more credit. I'd copy him on the email. And my whole thing was, they'd be like, hey, send me a deck or send me samples. By the way, you did this. You just get them at it. Just send it to me. Get out. You're annoying me.
Yep.
And I would never do that. I refused. I would say, hey, just let me know when you have time. I'm all good, but just give me a 15-minute gap. The deck is going to go into your inbox. You're never going to see it. I've never, literally never. We're in 30,000 stores. Not one has been sold with a deck or over email. Zero. I'm over. And so I tell my whole theory with that and investors, just send your deck through. I'm like, nope. I go, give me time. I'll be there. And so I have crazy stories where like, I flew from like Orlando to Seattle to New York in 3 days to meet with like an investor and a retailer. And those 15 minutes, I was very confident that I could build trust in what we're doing. I believed in our product to its core. And so I always tell people like, entrepreneurs ask me now, I just spoke on a panel and I'm just like, yo, if you have to have the ability to talk to someone and do that. But if you do, like, don't waste any of your ammo on an email or on a deck or anything, like, or sending samples. Like the product, even if it sells itself, still doesn't sell itself.
Even if you have the best product.
Unless you're like bulletproof or like even for us now I could send a sample and be like, okay, we'll pull it in. Right.
But by the way, Google us.
Right. Justin will send you a text. So early days though, it was just like all about face to face. And even now, like when there's a big problem, like, we have like Whole Foods or Costco or even like an investor, like I'll take hey, let me know when you can get together. Let's get together. And I'm confident that we can solve a problem that way.
It's just, it's crazy too to me that people, like, especially with the issues, they think like it's such a massive, and it's like just a conversation. We can I'm sure we can hash it out.
I know.
It's just people working with people.
It's people. It's business, and if you handle it right, you really can. You can work through a lot of stuff. Man. Yeah.